This meeting to order. Note this meeting is being televised, streamed, or recorded by Bourne TV. If anyone in the audience is recording or videotaping, they need to acknowledge such at this time. Owen, Bourne Enterprises here. Please refrain from using flash photography. If anyone from the public wishes to access the meeting, they can do so by calling the following conference line, 1-929-205-6099, Zoom meeting ID 897-1229-3538, password all caps Bourne. The Zoom chat will not be monitored. Participants who wish to speak must raise the hand icon until the chair asks them to unmute. All items in the meeting agenda are subject to deliberation and votes. I will note that Select Board members Mastrangelo and Meyer are joining us virtually this evening. So all votes will be roll call. I know I do roll call anyhow. Okay, so let's start with a moment of silence to recognize our troops and our public safety personnel. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We have somebody that can take the Select Board vision, mission, or both, or?
I can read the vision.
Okay.
Bourne is a proud community that embraces change while respecting the rich heritage of the town and its villages. It is a municipality based on strong fiscal government with a durable economy that recognizes the rights of all citizens, respects the environment, especially the coastal areas of the community, and the amenities that it affords. Bourne embraces excellent education and offers to citizens a healthy, active lifestyle.
All right, mission.
I'll do the mission. Bourne will maximize opportunities for social and economic development while retaining an attractive, sustainable, and secure coastline and environment for the enjoyment of residents and visitors. Through responsible and professional leadership and in partnership with others, Bourne will strive to improve the quality of life for all residents living and working in the larger community.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Anne Marie. Okay, so we have the community shout out is next on our list. I do my best with these, so if I do forget anyone, please forgive me. I did want to, I know I mentioned this last week, but I want to be sure I do say it again just so everyone at home hears it. I just wanted to note the Compact of Cape Cod Conservation Trust did give out an award recently at their annual meeting. I was very honored to be there to witness that, to our very own Barry Johnson. So Barry was issued and had received that evening the Open Space Professional Excellence Award for his 50 years in municipal government and his conservation work during that time. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be sure that I wanted to let the people at home know that. Just a couple quick updates maybe on some of our sports that I read. This is courtesy of Bourne Enterprise, honestly. But I did want to congratulate the Canalmen, 19-0, Kelly, Coelho, Jones, Fox, McLean, and Beals. And the girls volleyball's winning #1 team in the division. Timo, Russell, Hackman, Rosignol, McCarthy, Morrill, great work, all of you. And then I do want to make sure I mention the Bourne Public Library staff for their 100th story session they had. That was really wonderful, and I was also honored to be present there with Jean, and it was great. So that's my shout out. Does anyone else have any shout outs this evening? Go ahead, please.
I do. Recently, the Massachusetts Women's Advocacy Coalition, Women of Color Coalition, had a 10th anniversary gala, and our Madam Chair was honored as an advocacy leadership and was given that award for her trailblazing leadership and inspirational advocacy as not only a Herring Pond Wampanoag woman, Golden Dragonfly, but also as the first Indigenous woman to serve on the Select Board. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you for that. I didn't expect that.
Awesome.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you. It was a wonderful night, and it was awesome, that gala, I'll tell you. Those ladies know how to party. No doubt. All right, so moving on. We have public comment on non-agenda items. I don't believe we have anybody here for public comment this evening. Do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing none, I think I can move on. I don't have to explain. Or do I? Should I? No? Okay.
No.
Okay,
Not
just
there,
making
it's
sure.
fine.
So, okay, next we're moving on to temporary open-air parking lot license at 21 St. Margaret Street for the MMA Job Fair from 10/8 to 10/9.
Well, this says 8th to the 10th. Is that correct?
I'm sorry.
I thought it was
10
only 2
yeah,
days,
10,
but
8.
it says the 8th to the 10th. So
The
Friday.
They need some extra time to move the cars
Okay.
back,
Okay.
but the job fair itself is the 8th and the 9th.
Okay.
Okay, do we have anybody to speak on that, or?
I-
Oh, I
I'm
see.
here for St. Margaret Street.
Okay, wonderful. Go right ahead. Just give your name and where you live, if you could.
Sure, it's Rebecca Neidham. I live in 91 Hunter Avenue in East Wareham, but I'm representing Liberty Liquors at 21 St. Margaret Street.
Wonderful. Go right ahead.
We're just looking to get a permit for use of the parking lot for Mass Maritime. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good explanation. Okay, do we have any discussion from the select board, the public? All right, do we have a motion to support this?
Motion to approve the temporary open-air parking lot license for Liberty Warehouse Liquors from October 8th through the 10th, 2025, for Mass Maritime student parking during a school event.
Okay, we have a motion from Anne Marie. Do we have a
Second.
second? All right, we have a second from Jean. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Anne Marie?
Yes.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't see your hand, MJ. Apologies. Go right ahead.
No, that's okay. I just have a question, because I think we discussed this, Marlene, at our meeting with Alan at MMA. Are they charging for this parking? Is that why we're doing this? Or is it just, it's a course of action?
They are charging. Ellen, do you want to?
They are, I believe they are charging. Rebecca, is that confirmed?
So last year we didn't charge because we weren't aware we had to have a permit, but this year we do have to charge to cover the cost of the permit.
Right.
But it's just a course of action because we do need to have the permit. So that's why we have to charge, but previously we weren't. We just weren't aware we had to get a permit, so now we have to get one.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that clarification.
Thank you. Okay, question?
I'm just about the cost of the permit, that's all.
Okay. do you
Yeah.
want-
That's all. Just wondering what that was about, but.
All right. All right, so we have a motion from Anne Marie, second from Jean. I'll do roll call vote. Anne Marie?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes?
Peter?
Yes.
MJ?
Yes.
Melissa, yes. All right, you're all set. Unanimous, 500. Have a great day. Good luck on the job fair.
Thank you, board.
Okay. Moving on, we're moving fast right through tonight. So next is our discussion, preparation for October 20th Fall Town Meeting.
I just have one piece of information, and then if there are questions that the board would like to have me research, please let me know, or if you have any questions, or feel like you need to discuss anything in advance of town meeting. But there was a question about Article 3, the excess host community fee, and this excess does fluctuate from year to year, and in FY '25, iSwim received approximately 800 fewer tons of C&D waste compared with FY '24, which is why there is a slight decrease in the excess from FY '25 compared to FY '24.
Okay.
But if there are any questions or discussion about town meeting, I'm happy to chase those down before the 20th.
All right. Well, I will divert to my select board members first. I don't know. Peter, MJ, in the virtual up there, any thoughts, questions? No? All right. I mean, I think we're doing well this time. I think we're pretty
Assignments are
smooth.
done, so.
Yeah. We don't have a vote, nothing to do there? Just
No,
kind of
no.
talk about it.
The,
A question.
Sure, Peter, please, go ahead.
I noticed in reading the warrant that the money that was, the article, let me say this right. When we were looking to replace the emergency gate over at High Ridge Road, and then we took no action, so I didn't see it on the warrant though, even if we ended up IPing it. Am I reading this right, that we're not going forward at the special town meeting with that article, with that issue?
We did not take it to capital outlay because
Yeah.
the board did not
vote.
Didn't vote.
make a decision to move forward. So it was not presented as a capital request.
This time, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter. All right, awesome. Excellent. Thank you, Marlene. Great, very smooth and going well. I feel good. Okay. So next is our discussion and vote, the charge for the library building committee. So I'm going to obviously go around first and to my select board, and if anybody has any questions, thoughts on this. I think we've gone through this a few times now. And if everyone's satisfied with the changes, the draft.
Oh, I think we should keep it as tight as it is and consistent with our other building committees. I think a lot of the recommendations are a bigger conversation and change of practice for how we have building committees constructed. But I think the model that, especially right now with the fire building committee and the ISWIM building committee, has had some really good success. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay, so the recommendation is to not accept those changes that are there and keep it
Right.
as
And,
originally
yeah.
drafted?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the meetings, they're usually recorded. They're usually hybrid anyway.
Sure.
And recorded at a later date. Most
Okay.
building committee meetings. I don't think that has to be mandatory, but it's common practice. I don't know if it has to be codified in a charge,
Sure. All right. Jean?
but I don't have, I mean, does anybody see an issue with the library director having being a voting member? Is that a conflict? Is that a conflict
No,
in any way?
No, so in the draft that I provided the board, all of the members are voting members.
Okay.
And that is no conflict, and it is consistent with the staff position from the ISWIM department who serves on that building committee.
Yeah.
All right. Any additional comments,
So
Jean?
the facilities member being ex officio, is that somebody that's going to have to attend all the meetings?
So I do not recommend that you have the facility director be ex officio. I don't recommend that. The job description governs the job that that person will do. And if there is a conflict and someone else needs to step in, then I don't think that setting up a charge by the select board that creates that conflict is helpful. Obviously, when design gets into the details about construction, that may or may not be at a building committee meeting. Sometimes there are other meetings at a smaller team. And that may be the more appropriate place for the facilities manager to weigh in.
Sure, I agree.
Okay. Anyone up virtually? Yeah, I know, it's my email popping. MJ, Peter? Up, go ahead, MJ, your hand is up, go ahead.
So I think if we're going to eliminate some of the edits that were suggested, we should do them one at a time and not do them blanket, because I think some of them are really important, especially appointing versus selecting when it comes to the committee. So if we're not going to accept the changes, I'd like to talk about them individually. if that's okay.
It's the pleasure of the board.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so the first recommended change is to have part of the charge of the committee to review and approve the project estimates and project budget and monitor actual expenditures versus the budget and appropriation before approving invoices, requisitions, or change orders. I think this helps clarify one of the things that is important for the committee to do, and I would recommend keeping that change. If the board doesn't want to do that, then the board should say that, specifically for that change.
All right, why don't we go around the room and let everybody speak on that?
I think it's the responsibility of the OPM.
All right.
They should be the point person. They should be the first person to review, to ensure, even when budgets are put together, whatever expenditures are out, they're the ones that are creating, or should be, monitoring and documenting that information and presenting it to the board, the committee. This is where some things fell to the wayside, and the ICE committee recognized that those responsibilities were not, they weren't getting that level of information. And yeah, like I said, I think that, we're paying an OPM. We will be.
So if I may, maybe review and approve the project estimates and project budget presented by the OPM. So the OPM is going to present those things to the building committee, and then the building committee is going to do a check and balance to make sure that those are actually being done. And I particularly think that it's important for the building committee to understand that they need to look at that before they approve expenditures. If they approve expenditures that aren't within the budget or over budget, they need to know that. And if they don't take that as a responsibility, then they don't know.
I think from my past experience of being on various building committees, we need somehow this needs to be codified to what MJ's saying. The fact that, yes, the OPM provides invoices in budgets at each meeting, we make sure that the invoices are in proper order, and we make sure that the money's not being, make sure that we're not gonna spend it frivolously, and at the same time, we're keeping the budget on task. We're responsible for that money, and to make sure the taxpayers' money is being spent conservatively, and then for the right, for what's best for the town. And so I guess, yes, the OPM should provide invoices and warrants at each meeting for payment, but just having the backup information, definitely we do need it, because I don't want any surprises up the road because we weren't watching the budget. It just keeps the committee on task.
Well, what's the practice right now with ISWIM, Peter?
Yeah.
Right now, well, we don't know what the process is going to be right now because we don't have an OPM. But as the OP, because we were pulling teeth to try to get invoices to approve. And
But
so,
you did approve, you reviewed them and approved them, right?
Yes, we review and approve them, but we have, sometimes we weren't getting them in a timely fashion, though.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we changed OPMs.
Okay. Jean, any thoughts on that? I know you've.
As I'm sitting on the South Side Fire Station Building Committee, this
I
is
know
the
you're on
same thing
these
we're
committees
requesting
that
of our
you're-
OPM, so
Right.
it's, I can understand why someone would want to codify it and put some language in there stating that that's something that needs to be done, stating the obvious, but it shouldn't be a task of the committee itself. It's
Right.
the OPM, so.
It's the OPM's task.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of agreeing there. Yeah. All right, so we went through 5. We'll just leave that and we'll vote. Do you want to vote on each section now as we go? Should we, whether we're keeping it or eliminating it? Or do we want to just go through the document? I'll make a list and then we can talk about it. We can vote per
Well,
section.
how does the, how does town hall, with respects to number 5,
Yeah. I was going to ask
How does
next
it
if
affect-
Marlene had any thoughts on
affect
this,
town hall?
actually.
and
I would like to.
I mean, for
the way
each
business is
invoice.
conducted at town hall with invoices and,
So my recommendation to the select board is the original text.
Okay. Okay. That's a fair answer. Thank you. Okay.
so part 7 says change orders and approval of all invoices.
Yes.
So is there redundancy here?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah.
It was added, it's redlined again.
Yeah, but it says, what was already written there is construction,
Construction,
change orders
change
and approval of all invoices.
Yep.
And I'm fine with that,
The way it reads without
Yeah.
the red.
yeah.
Okay. All right, so what about this? Oh, that's just number 6 isn't really anything to worry. It's just a,
Was 5.
yeah, it was 5. So 7. Let me go around again. So you're fine with that? How about you? Jean?
7? Yeah, well, I would agree with what,
Okay.
Yeah.
And
which is
Jay?
why 8 is
Comments, questions, Peter?
redundant as well. Quality,
Right.
schedule, and budget. That's what I
There's
would,
language in 7
Anyone?
that covers 8.
correct, yeah. I think that's redundant as well.
MJ, Peter, thoughts, comments? I don't see any hands. Okay. I'm in agreement. It looks redundant. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'll divert and we'll go around Jean maybe.
Um,
Well, 8 is, yeah.
Yeah, well, 8
just
we agreed that was
Yeah.
redundant, right?
9.
8,
Let's keep touching the screen. Fixtures, is that what the?
So if I may, for number 9, committees cannot approve contracts.
okay.
Right.
9. Okay.
The select board can, but the committee cannot.
How about 10? Review and respond to library trustees' questions, concerns, and requests.
I mean, don't we have a trustee as a representative? I don't, again.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay?
If we have to codify that, there's something,
It's sad.
Okay, 11.
I know,
Is that
Jean,
the
go ahead,
same,
yeah.
same regard, contract?
yeah.
Same,
The committee cannot contract.
so that's,
The, yeah, the
No.
committee cannot sign contracts.
Can't dispute
The select
them,
board can
can't-
sign contracts, and I can sign contracts.
Okay.
yeah.
Any comments above? Oh, MJ's hand is up. Go ahead, MJ.
If the committee cannot contract for 100% commissioning, and I'm going basically on the school building committee for the intermediate school, so that school building committee, which maybe could authorize contracts, did the 100% commissioning, and the 100% commissioning was really helpful in resolving some of the initial issues that happened with that building, where there were roof leaks and other things that were not working properly. And because they had 100% commissioning and someone independent who certified that everything was working properly, and that's what the 100% commissioning is, and everything was built according to code, and everything was done properly, that helped resolve a lot of problems in the initial warranty period. So if it's not a contract, somehow to have recommending 100% commissioning as something. And I think it's a good idea. I think the select board should be having a policy discussion about 100% commissioning. If the wording can't be contracting, that doesn't necessarily eliminate the whole idea.
Okay.
I think that's one of the recommendations that ISWIM made, isn't it, with respect to the roof design, Peter? Especially?
Yes, as well as mechanicals.
Yeah.
I mean, just, it's too much of an investment, and, just to have to have something fall through the cracks, because with Bourne Intermediate School, the original was 25%, and then between Steve Lamarche, myself, and a few others, we pushed for the 100% commissioning on the mechanical units, and thank God we did, because we were having problems with the HVAC and the pilot going out all the time, and they were trying to say it wasn't their responsibility, and they were forced to come back, and they fixed it. So I just think if we're going to be investing a lot of money into mechanicals, windows, the roof structures, and the roof integrity, I think the commission is a must.
So it would have to be worded differently,
Yeah.
though.
Or
Yeah, that's fine. That's what the
might,
intent.
or be, like you said, MJ, maybe a policy where we have a commissioning policy for buildings.
Right.
Recommend consideration of 100%, strongly recommend consideration of 100% commissioning.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to that probably, but I don't know about the rest. I don't know. That's a tough one. Like you said, we could work on the policy, or it can be wordsmithed here.
Or recommend research, recommend in something.
Yeah. But it can't be contract, right?
But then again, then we're
Yeah,
telling
then
them
we're
what
telling them,
what
right.
to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I was just thinking, you said it.
The thing with the school building committees, the school building committee statutory has a lot different authority than any traditional building
Right.
committee as a whole. So where the school building committee has a lot more leeway, just because of state statute, so that's where the difference lies.
Okay. Pleasure of the board. Jean, maybe, what's your
I
thoughts?
say perhaps we have that conversation policy.
Policy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree.
That way we have a little more control over it.
Good idea. All right. Moving
If we
on.
do move it to policy, I'm sorry,
Go ahead, Peter.
if we do move it to a policy, if we could try to move it up on the docket for a policy to be considered, because we're doing a lot of building projects now and some are coming up, so it may be a good time as ever to try to get a policy on this sooner than later.
Okay. Number 12. Work diligently to resolve issues and disputes. Again, the OPM does that. and they have to
Well,
do
it's
that
in
anyhow.
combination,
It's
right?
in
I
combination,
mean,
right?
But the front person here is the OPM,
Yeah.
who should be doing the work. They're the professional hired to resolve issues, work through conflicts,
Right.
Yes,
keep the architect on task,
Yeah.
keep the schedule on task.
I agree.
But I think it happens naturally, too.
I was thinking, is
they
that
work.
natural?
They,
Yeah.
everyone works hard.
Hard.
I
It's
mean,
kind
they're
of a
working
general
really. I mean,
statement, though.
I've seen fire committee. Obviously, I might be a little biased having my husband on the Iceman Building Committee, but they work hard.
Yeah.
They review documents. They come prepared to meetings. They work through and talk through. I mean, it happens naturally.
Go ahead, yes. please.
What I'll say about number 12 is that right now, the building committees that you're watching are in design. When there's a construction contract, the building committee cannot get involved at all with a dispute with the contractor. So this, I think this language is
Dangerous.
too broad.
Yes.
Because if there's a dispute with the contractor under construction administration phase, that is a wholly different situation than if there's some sort of design difference. So,
Difference of opinion when how things should look and be designed as opposed to like.
but once a construction contract has been issued, the means and methods are the complete and utter control of the contractor. And the town will be penalized if if the building committee causes a delay based on inserting itself into the construction means and methods or schedule. So,
Okay.
so this is a very different statement if the conflict is with the general or any of the subs.
Any thoughts on virtual, please? Peter, MJ? Okay, no comments. Good point. Thank you, Marlene. All right, moving on. Going line by line here. So we're on this paragraph. The committee shall meet. There's an addition here to add. Meetings should be videotaped by Bourne TV and available for replay. Aren't they automatically recorded? Is my question, but go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. I'm going to go around the room.
Well, as far as I know, they are recorded building committee meetings. This might have been
Or they record it on Zoom and then they can be
Or you
posted.
can- you can
The-
request
the
a
difference is
recording.
they want Bourne TV here, like we are now.
I know, yeah.
And I mean, they're a appointed committee. They're not an elected
Right.
governing board. So I don't see,
So the charter requires that 5 committees be televised and broadcast. That's in the charter.
right.
The building committee may have reason or cause to meet elsewhere that's not able to be easily recorded.
Sure.
Obviously, Bourne TV records as much as they can, but sometimes it's just not possible. It's not mandatory. There's 5 that it's mandatory for, and that's set by charter.
I see. Okay. Any thoughts, questions in virtual? Go ahead, MJ, your hand is up.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe this isn't worded correctly, but I find that the Southside Fire Station Committee has recorded their meetings. Their meetings are videotaped by Bourne TV, and it's very helpful. Because if you're not available at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday to go to those meetings, you can still watch the meeting and be informed. What I'm trying to get at here is that there should be an effort made for the meetings to be available to the public through Bourne Community TV. If it's on Zoom recording and done that way, that's fine. The ISO building committees, as far as I know, are not recorded and they're not broadcast on Bourne Community TV. A lot of the library feasibility committee meetings were on Zoom. Some of them were recorded, but I don't think all of them were. And I think for building committees where you're talking about spending $25 or $30 million, that it is really helpful to have some way for the public to be able to view the meetings on Bourne Community TV. Because if it's only minutes, and we no longer have in our charter requirement that minutes be posted on the website, so it could just be minutes that you don't even have access to unless you go to town clerk. I'm advocating for access for the public to the discussions and what's going on in these meetings. If it's not worded correctly or it's too limiting, that's not the intention. The intention is to provide information to the public so they can be fully aware of the proceedings of the committees.
So maybe the recommendation or the language should speak to make every effort to record and make public meetings.
That's what I was gonna suggest, that
And
we make
available
every
for-
effort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make every effort to record and make available to the public meetings, the meetings.
Because we can't require it or make them.
Right.
And we can't guarantee that Bourne TV
Right.
can be
But
there.
sometimes they've met at
Right.
the police station
Right.
or, yeah,
Does that sound,
or in a
Or
different room.
Accessible, what was the word that you
where
used?
accessible, right?
I think that
Yeah,
for
it's a good
transparency,
idea.
that there's probably patrons of the library that would appreciate being able to partake in a Zoom meeting or watch a recording,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, I agree. I think
So
that's,
you should
it's not a
make every
terrible
effort
idea, because
To
people.
record the meetings and make them accessible to the public as soon as possible.
Yeah, I like that.
Whether it's through Bourne TV or whatever, a link on the,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, MJ, for advocating for that. Very good. Okay, moving on. Committee membership. A select board member is selected by its membership, not, the board appointed was struck through here. Is there a reason for that? Were we not appointing them? Is there a reason for selecting?
Actually, the distinction there is that the select board member is probably appointed by the select board. The select board is appointing all the membership.
right.
But select board is selecting their member. The finance committee is selecting their membership.
Oh, I
The
see.
library trustees are selecting. The library trustees is not making the actual appointment. It is the select board that's making the appointment of the committee, and that's what those crossouts are for.
So, oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. We're appointing everyone, but each
Yeah.
individual
Person,
member
yeah.
or, board is selecting their member to be appointed by the select board. That's what you're
Right.
getting at.
Right, and the reason I bring this up is when the bylaw for the capital outlay was changed, it said that the finance committee appointed their members to the capital outlay committee. So in the past, the finance committee would select the capital outlay members, and then the finance committee would select them, and then the select board would appoint them.
Yeah.
Now, the finance committee actually does the appointment. The appointment is is on finance committee stationery. It's not, the select board has nothing to do with it. So on this particular committee, the appointment is by the select board, and it should say that. The library consists of
Voting members.
Uh,
7 voting
appointed
members.
by the select board. It should definitely say, the library committee shall consist of 7 voting members appointed by the select board, and then membership shall include people selected. So that's probably not even, that needs to be clarified, that the members are appointed by the select board and selected by the individual committees.
I'm not
That's what I'm getting at.
opposed to
Yes,
selected
I-
words myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a word. And then the library director shall be a voting member. Are we in agreement on
Yeah.
that?
Well,
Yeah.
those are,
It's in there anyway. Okay.
anyone who's on the committee is a
That's what
voting
I
member.
thought, right, okay. And then an attorney or professional with construction contract experience. Are we set on an attorney? Or other professional with construction contract experience? Any thoughts on this?
That's-
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Me too. Above, Peter, MJ, that's MJ's change, so I know you're good with it. Peter, are you good with that?
And strike out
I would assume.
facilities manager.
Yeah, that's what I'd
I'm
say.
okay, I'm just wondering, once we go through all of this, if we can see a clean copy before we finally approve it?
Yeah.
Or is this time specific that we have to, does the library committee need to get going on this? And if we waited to put this in the consent agenda as a clean copy for our next meeting in November, would it be too long?
I'd have to ask Marlene that.
Or town meeting, if we meet prior to town meeting, we can
Yeah,
have it as a consent
we could do it on
agenda
the
item.
consent agenda for town meeting, good idea.
Okay.
Yep. Is that okay, Peter?
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah.
clean copy at October 20th meeting before we meet for the town meeting. Okay. So you have all that, and Marlene, do you want me to repeat it? Are we gonna vote, or what are we doing? We're gonna vote it on the day of the 20th,
No, no,
correct?
you should vote
The
tonight.
changes, okay.
Yeah, so you should vote tonight, all of what's staying in and what's going out, so I can prepare the clean copy for
All right.
next meeting.
So, let me go back up. Ooh, there we are. Okay, so we are removing all of the red lines except for we're going to edit the section that says meetings should be videotaped, or what was that language again, Anne Marie, we put?
Meetings should,
Meetings must make every attempt.
yeah. Committee must make every attempt to record meetings and post for public access.
Okay. We have agreed to change all of the language from in that section, the committee membership, from appointed to selected, added the shall be a voting member, attorney or other professional with construction contract experience, and then facilities manager,
Strike.
strike. Is
Strike
that everybody, did that?
11.
Yep.
Strike
Strike
12.
11, 12, yeah, I said that, we're gonna.
I
all
think
the-
10's
yep,
automatic,
Yep,
just happens. We can't do
Yep.
9,
yep.
and we think 8's really part of,
It's already
7.
7, yeah,
and there's, yeah,
and the approve it again,
yeah.
review and respond, okay. Is that, you got that, is that good?
So what you had said in the beginning, that the first page
Yep.
is as originally presented,
Yes.
and the
right.
second page has the
Just
changes
The
to
changes that we did agree to.
recorded.
And removing 11 and 12,
Yep,
and looking at policy for
for
commissioning,
commissioning.
but that's not part of the
Right,
charge.
right, that's not
Yeah.
part of this, right.
If there is a motion, could we include in the motion to include 100% policy on 100% building commissioning to be referred to this policy subcommittee?
Sure. You making that motion,
I was
MJ?
like, what- yeah, I was like, we need that motion, you're gonna add the motion, add it together?
So, motion to approve the Jonathan Bourne Public Library Building Committee charge as edited, and to defer the 100% commissioning, building commissioning to the policy subcommittee.
Very good, thank you, Anne
There you
Marie.
go.
All right, second by Jean, do we have any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Anne Marie?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Peter?
Yes.
MJ?
Yes.
Melissa, yes. Unanimous, 5-0. Thank you, that was good. You did that. Excellent. All right, further moving on. Next, we have the consent agenda. We have Bourne Youth Council, use of Buzzards Bay Park for the annual Thriller Flash Mob and Main Street trick-or-treating on October 18th. 2 one-day entertainment license for speaker to use during the event. And B, we have sorry if I said that wrong, McNamee appointed to Capital Outlay Committee for a term ending June 30th, 2028. We have R. Everett appointed to Capital Outlay Committee for a term ending June 30th, 2028. We have K. Benedict appointment to Cultural Council for a term ending, doesn't say. Crane appointment for Cultural Council for a term ending, empty. Do we have those terms somewhere, just so I can put them on record?
Let me bring these back to the
Okay,
next one.
thank you, no worries. And then F is a donation to the library in the amount of $15.
So, motion,
Mo-
sorry,
Motion to,
go ahead, Peter. Sorry.
motion to approve.
Thank you, Peter.
With the
Motion from,
exception of D and E.
Right.
with the exception of D and E, yes.
I'll second.
Yes.
All right, so we have a motion from Peter, a second from Anne Marie. And any further discussion? Hearing none. Anne Marie?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Peter?
Yes.
MJ?
Yes.
Melissa, yes. 5-0. Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. All right, number 10. We have an authorized letter of endorsement for Mass Coastal Railroad. And anyone want to speak on this? MJ, go ahead, MJ. Sorry, Jean.
Thank you. I do appreciate Mass Coastal Railroad addressing this issue, which has been problematic for quite a while. I'm just a little uncomfortable with the wording, the use of the wording endorse for their solution. And I would like to adopt a letter with a change that says that the Bourne Select Board had voted to accept Mass Coastal's efforts instead of endorse.
Okay, thank you. It's a good recommendation. Anyone else want to? Jean, go ahead.
I was going to suggest either, instead of endorse, either sanction or recommend.
Okay. So Jean had the same concern, and
So.
she was going to recommend either, what was it?
Sanction is the
Sanctioned
word.
or recommended. But accepted, is that satisfactory for you too, Jean?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I think we're all in agreement. Peter, are you in agreement to change that verbiage to accepted?
Yeah, I'm fine with
All
it.
right.
Could you give a summary of what the recommendation is for people at home?
Go ahead.
The summary is that Mass Coastal reached out to us, requesting that this letter be provided to DOT. That is pretty much all the information they gave us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they specified the language, so.
yeah, and they gave us the language as well, so.
Right. And then the first sentence, you want to change the word
Yeah.
endorse too.
All right, do we have a motion to approve? With the exception of the word accept.
Exception of the,
So,
change to the.
Motion from Peter, second,
Strike endorse
and strike endorse, yes, and add accept, yes.
Thank you. Second.
Second from
I'll
Jean.
second.
Oh,
MJ can have it.
all right, we'll give that one to MJ. She's on virtual today, so we'll give it to MJ. All right, so, motion from Peter, second from MJ. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Roll call vote. Anne Marie?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Peter?
yes.
MJ?
Yes.
Melissa, yes. All right. Excellent. Okay, Town Administrator's report.
Thank you. I just have a brief one tonight. The Bourne Police Department has received $37,268 in funds through the Municipal Road Safety Grant. I'd like to thank the chief and the department for their ongoing work to secure these funds for the community. As of September 30th, ISOM has diverted 16.65 tons of food waste from the landfill this far in 2026. And finally, the town has been notified that the federal grants we've received for the Hen Cove Stormwater Project are temporarily frozen because of the federal government shutdown. We fully expect the funds to be available in the future, and we have not been told that they are in jeopardy in any way. However, to be cautious and to ensure that we will be able to take full advantage of the federal reimbursement, we have temporarily stopped all spending on the project until the federal shutdown is resolved. We are working closely with the contractor on the job, and they have agreed to honor our contract, even with the temporary stop order. The town and the contractor are both prepared to pick up and restart working immediately once we get the green light to resume spending.
Well, my only question is what happens with the signs, with the lit signs that
They're on
have-
DPW just hasn't been able to get to them yet.
Okay, all right, just at least to shut them off.
We haven't forgotten about them. We've been a little busy.
They're not lost, yeah.
Okay, good.
Have patience.
Right, right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we have minutes from 9/9 and 9/11. Do you have a motion?
Motion to approve as presented.
Okay, I have a motion from Anne Marie. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Jean to approve 9/25 and 9/11/25. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Anne Marie?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Peter?
Yes.
MJ? Melissa, yes. Okay, committee reports. All right. Correspondence, I know we have a ton tonight.
Okay, October 7th, 2025. A, Joint Base Cape Cod Public Meeting Calendar, September 30th. And B, Senator Diggs' information regarding seasonal communities designation.
Woo,
That's it.
that was a tough one.
Thank you.
Okay, so future agenda items related to correspondence and other items for future discussion. Okay, and then,
I
oh,
have
go
a-
ahead,
I-
yes.
It took
Go
me a minute to get my hand up.
Go ahead, MJ.
I just, so Bourne is not high on the seasonal communities list. We're not an automatic participant. I do want to note that the SIMLA presentation this Friday is on Seasonal Communities Acts. I think at some point we might want to discuss it. I'm not sure any of the provisions are really applicable to Bourne, but it might be a good idea as a select board for us to have some discussion about some of the provisions at some point in the future. I'm not focusing on it as a high priority, but just at some point we should discuss it.
Okay, thank you, MJ. We do have that noted on here. And then our next discussion, we are going to do, but it is our discussion, it's to develop our 2 watershed permits in the NSA watersheds. So with that said, I do believe that,
Well, A is Ethics Commission
Yes.
advice received
so
by
why don't we
Select
do
Board
that
members.
first, and then we can move on to the next, yes.
Okay.
So we have A on here, Ethics Commission advice received by Select Board members who own property in the TMDL watersheds. So I'm going to divert to Anne Marie and MJ, as they're the ones that spoke to the Ethics Commission, and they may be able to offer a little more here. So I'll start with Anne Marie.
Sure. So just for the general public purposes, the 2 watershed permits that we are applying for fall in Finney's Harbor and Megantic Harbor. I live in Finney's Harbor, and our business is in the Finney's Harbor watershed. So I consulted with town council and consulted with the state ethics council. They have office hours where you can speak to legal counsel. And we walked through and spoke through what was happening and the decision-making that is going to happen with respects to the watershed permits. And both town council and the state ethics council take a very hard stand with respects to myself recusing myself from any type of deliberation or decision-making. And the reason for that is at the end result of this process would have a financial impact on myself, my family, and of course, as well as our business property. So even in the event that we are, looking for an engineer to do whatever the engineer needs to do in this process, the end result would be some kind of financial impact. So in order, and I have I only feel bad that it puts a lot of the decision-making on a handful of members, on barely a quorum of members. But I will be recusing myself for any and all deliberations, decision-making with respects to the 2 watershed permits.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking that initiative.
And they want you to leave the room.
Yeah.
So, then the question becomes, what are my rights as, my freedom of speech rights? And, well, yes, I do have freedom of speech. The perception of that, if I have to recuse myself, not just from not speaking, but removing myself from my room, and how that's, I'm not going to put myself in that position either.
I appreciate that. MJ, do you want to add to it? I know that you talked to them as well, so I should speak to you.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so I did have several discussions with the Ethics Commission. They did recommend that I recuse myself from the discussions. they did say that in the way they look at it, this is not a matter of general policy that would give an exception, that there is a financial interest. I actually don't agree with their recommendation, but I'm gonna follow it. So, and I've done some research about other towns on the Cape and how select board members handled it. A lot of them participated in the watershed permit discussions, but then recused themselves when it came to voting the phase where there was actual financial impact on their discussion. But the Ethics Commission made a recommendation, and I'm going to follow the recommendation. So I will be recusing myself at this point from any watershed permit discussions on either watershed.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I just want to say, I mean, it's, it is disappointing in many ways because we do work as a group. So, we're going to miss having your input, certainly.
It's a lot of work.
But I do think,
for 3 people.
yes, and especially, I've had this conversation. This is complicated work. This isn't work that, we're not watershed experts, any of us in this room. So, it's definitely a tough discussion, and it's hard when it's a lot fewer of us. So, but I do appreciate that you took that initiative, and your ethics came first, and you both, reached out. I mean, I think that's huge as well, so thank you. And so moving on, we're gonna we figured it was at the end, you can go home, and MJ can log off, and
All right.
recuse
Thank
yourselves,
you.
and
Have
get
a
out,
great night.
you.
get out early.
I am recusing myself.
Free period,
Thank you.
as well as I.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
I mean, you can continue. I'm.
You can go yell at the TV now.
We'll miss yous.
You could fire me.
No way.
Then I could participate. Grab that. All right, good night, everyone.
Thank you, have a good night.
Over the bridge.
Okay. So, here we are. Peter's here, so there's 3 of us. And so we're going to start, we have on here, it's Town Administrator's application to the DEP for an NSA grant to fund engineering consultant to develop 2 watershed permit applications.
So this is really just to let you know what I'm doing in the background.
Yes.
I've included in the board's packet the notice of the grant availability.
Yeah.
I'm not finished yet, but I will be finished by the deadline.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is I'm applying for, if you remember, we have $200,000 allocated from last May's special town meeting.
Yes.
I'm going to be applying to Mass DEP for an additional $100,000 as part of this grant. And I mean, make no mistake, this effort is going to be much more than $300,000. There's no question. But by applying for this grant, I have to certify in good faith that I feel comfortable that we can expend the money by the end of the fiscal year, June 30th of 2026. So frankly, I could ask for $500,000 and, maybe we could get awarded $500,000, but we can't do that. We can't work that quickly.
Sure.
So I don't really think that we'll be able to spend a whole lot more than $100,000 between now and the end of the fiscal year. So that's why I'm asking for that.
Okay.
And what we need to talk about tonight is how you want to organize yourselves and how you want to proceed. So we've committed to doing 2 watershed applications. And we have a little bit less than 5 years to do that. Those 4.5 years are gonna go really quickly. The watershed permit applications we're going to have to develop and provide a lot of very technical reports, technical memorandum, hydrological loading studies, a lot of engineering. So things that you need to start thinking about do you think for either of the watersheds, you're going to be able to meet your goals, your TMDL goals, using just sewering? Or are you going to have to take a hybrid approach of some combination of sewering and IA technology? And the reason we have to grapple with this pretty early is we have to assemble a team of experts and stakeholders who can get you where you need to be at the end of this 5 years. So a lot of Cape towns their TMDLs are driving such a reduction, such a vast reduction, that centralized sewering is really the only way to get such a drastic reduction in the nitrogen load in the watershed. And frankly, a lot of these areas in the other towns have the density that makes sewering even relatively affordable. I'm not saying it's affordable, but even relatively affordable. Bourne, and this is not new, we've said this for years now, Bourne is truly different. You are not in a situation where the TMDLs are driving 100% reduction. You know, the TMDLs are not saying you have to address every property in the watershed. So that puts you in many ways in a harder position, because if everybody was all in, you have an easy decision. It's everybody. But you are going to have to make a distinction in these watersheds, who has to pay and who doesn't have to pay. And that is going to be a terribly difficult decision. And we're not even going to start talking about how things can be subsidized by the general fund and overrides and all of that. But the data that we have today, to the best of our knowledge, not everybody needs to upgrade and not everybody needs to sewer. So this is a little bit more complex, and you don't have the density. It's definitely in Megan's-Squatigue. You just don't have the density to make sewering, to build a collection system and to build centralized treatment in such a low density, small, 100 homes is wildly expensive. There's like 1,400 or 1,500 customers on the Buzzards Bay system, and the cost to run that system, and the rates that you charge, and that's spread over 1,400 or so people. To think about building and operating a centralized sewer system that is going to tap into approximately 100 plus or minus homes is going to be crushingly expensive. So we have to start talking about now, what information do you need? What experts do you need to start parsing through this in a factual way not reacting to the dollar signs necessarily right now, but given the geography, given the targets for nitrogen reduction that you have to meet, how do we start putting together a plan that can actually be implemented? It's going to be expensive. Anything we do is going to be expensive, mind-boggling expensive. But we have to put a plan. You've committed to signing on to a permit. So if we're going to sign on to, signing on to a permit is very different than doing a plan. Signing on to a permit is a regulatory action. You, as the municipality, are going to be held responsible for meeting the conditions of that permit, of living with that permit. And if you don't meet the conditions of that permit, you're going to be, enforcement action will be taken against you. So that's the context that we're in. This is not a plan. This is not a hypothetical exercise. We are applying for a permit that we, on the ground, have to be able to implement. So if you are, I would encourage you not to close any doors yet. I don't think we have enough information to make any kind of decision yet. I think we have to put together a team that looks at both sewering and advanced IA septic systems and a combination, either both strategies and a combination of both strategies. So I think you're going to have to spend the time to really do essentially to almost do like a double. You have to do the full double scenario for both watersheds. Until we can at least start getting some sort of information or signal back that, yes, sewering is the way to go, or yes, IA systems are the way to go. Because at this point, having gone through the conversation with the board over the past 4 years with the CWMP, I don't think we have a science-backed, data-driven argument to make that decision yet. I think there's been a lot of reaction to prices or even potential prices. So I know it's hard. At the end of the day, there's going to be a price tag associated. There's no way to avoid that.
Sure. We knew
But-
that, yeah.
But now that we're going for a permit, you also have to think about things like, is it implementable? Is it something we can enforce? Is it something we can hold people accountable to? Because the town of Bourne is going to have to regulate the homeowners in these watersheds to make sure that you as the town, that we as the town comply with our permits. So that, that is putting the select board in the position of having to create a whole host of regulations. So those might be new sewer service areas. Those might be working with the Board of Health under Title V. Our first step is figuring out how you want to get some expert help, because we desperately need some expert help. We are going to need an engineering firm, and at some point, especially if we are moving in the direction of IA technology, we're going to need some very strong legal analysis. So have to make those decisions tonight, but I want to hear from the three of you how you want to go about building that team. Do you, as the select board, want to sit down and develop a scope of work yourselves, kind of in discussion at meetings? Do you want me and the DPW director and the health director to develop a draft scope of work for you that we present to you? I want to talk through the mechanics of how you select your consulting firm. Does the select board want to make the decision on who you select? Do you want to delegate that to me and the department heads, Matt and Caitlin? So those are the types of things I want to start talking to you about tonight.
So let's go around. Peter's got his hand up. Go ahead, Peter.
I think if Marlene puts a draft scope of the work together with the two appropriate department heads' input, I think it will help us out immensely because they know more of the day-to-day stuff of what they're looking for than we know. So I would be leaning towards their direction.
Thank you. Jean, go ahead.
I completely agree, yeah. That would be a good starting point for us.
Yeah, I mean, I agree as well. I think it makes really perfect sense to have them do that. If that's okay, I think that would be my desire as well. Because these are things that we don't know as much about, and as Peter noted, we don't do the day-to-day, and it really makes sense for you as department heads and yourself as town administrator to get that draft for us. So I agree as well.
So we are certainly happy to do that. We will work up a draft. How do you want to, like, logistically, how do you want to proceed? Do you, when I've got this draft ready, do you want to set up workshop meetings? Do you want to come back to select board evening meetings? What is your preference? Do you want to have daytime workshops? Do you want to set aside evening workshops? Do you want to do it as part of a regular agenda like we're doing tonight at the end? Is there a preference, or do you just want to take it kind of step by step?
I think a workshop is a good format. And if we could, especially if we could meet by Zoom, an afternoon is.
Yeah, I like the step-by-step process, and
Yeah.
I know Peter, I'll let Peter speak too. I wouldn't be opposed to if it was something that didn't need extreme discussion. If we did have to get some of it done at a select board meeting, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Just to make sure things are moving. If the workshops aren't quite working out, but if there's something really significant we need to talk about, I think a workshop's a great idea. What about you, Peter?
I think a balance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
workshops have the appropriateness, and then when we need to do it in that format, so we just play it by ear and just follow the flow of it. If we need to meet in a workshop to have more broad discussion, we do that, and then if it's something that is minor that we can do as part of the select board meeting, then we do it that way. So I guess we just follow the flow of the progress and just we schedule as we need it.
I agree. Thank you. I certainly agree with that, and I think playing it by ear, depending on need, is a good way to start.
Okay, and just for planning purposes, so I can kind of organize myself, workshops, dedicated workshops for significant discussions.
Yes.
Select board meetings for check-ins, little check-ins at the end of an agenda, kind of like we're doing tonight.
Yep.
Jean mentioned a Zoom format in the afternoons. And I'm not asking anybody to commit to dates or specifics yet, but is there, how do people feel about Zoom?
I love Zoom myself. If I could sit on Zoom 24/7 and do my meetings, I would, because I don't have to drive, and it saves me time from going from point A to point B, and I get on my next meeting within the next 5 minutes. So that I can't do when I have to drive. So I'm cool. I'm very comfortable with Zoom. My real life is shelter in place, just saying.
I'm okay with Zoom.
Okay.
That's true.
Unless we deem that during some part of the process that
Right.
When we were consultants and they
Yeah.
give us information, it's better to see it in person than to see it on a screen. So again, just schedule the meetings based on what our needs are for that particular time.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, as a general basis, we'll plan on virtual-only Zoom meetings, and if there's a reason why
Yeah.
a workshop needs to be in person, we can take that one at a time, but we'll plan generally for a virtual workshop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
some meetings might be more personal, and we may want to meet with the consultants and get face-to-face and get a handshake. We may want to do an in-person, certainly. Yeah.
Okay. Does Matt and Caitlin and I will start working on drafting up a scope of work. Is there anything any of the select board members wants to kind of put on the table before I get started on that as things that are absolute, you feel strongly either, yes, we have to do this, or no, we should not do this? Is everybody kind of completely open-minded at this point?
I think we don't have, like you said, I mean, I feel personally, I don't have a lot of information. I think we really need to think about it. I don't know, Jean.
I feel like
Yeah.
talking about the scope of work is a good starting point.
Okay.
And
Peter?
Yeah, we have to be open-minded for this process. I mean, we're all new to this, so I don't think it would be. I think it would be a good idea to go watch on YouTube some of the other communities' watershed meetings to see how they did it, and just to familiarize ourselves. So, I mean, but yeah, we definitely got to be open-minded for this process because it's all new to all of us.
Okay. I am anticipating that this will go out for essentially a bidding, we'll go out to bid with this. It is engineering services, so there is an exemption where we don't have to go out to bid. But I do not necessarily have, a strong recommendation why we wouldn't go out to bid.
Right.
Ultimately, this is going to be very expensive. We're going to be spending a lot of public money. This will have to be structured in phases, with milestones and then a contract amendment to add more scope. Because at this point, we don't know exactly what we're going to
Right.
have
Right.
or need.
And we've been clear from the beginning that just because we filed the NOI, it doesn't necessarily mean people aren't going to have to do IA, right? We're
Yeah.
saying that. We don't know.
We
right?
don't know.
Some can be sewered, some might not be sewered, some may have to. It's uncertain, unfortunately. I know a lot of people thought that, okay, file the permit, we're good. It really wasn't that simple. We were trying to get that across, so here we are.
Yes.
We're liable and we're on the hook, like you said. This
Yeah.
is the town's responsibility now.
Yeah.
All of the town, sadly. I mean, we're all going to pay for it one way or another, so.
So, is there a level of comfort from the three of you that we're gonna do this as a public procurement and ask for responses from engineering firms?
Yes.
Okay.
I recommend that we follow the 40B process for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Any other comments from the select board? Anyone in the public have any comments? Yes, no?
None of this, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we're good then? Is that good? You all right? Y'all set up? That's good for a start for us all here?
Yes, we will get to work and I will get a draft back to you as soon as possible.
Do we need a motion for that?
No, I mean, I understand.
Okay, all right, just making
All
sure.
right.
All right, so next on our agenda is our next meeting dates. We have October 20th is town meeting. We have October 28th is Board of Sewer Commissioners. November 4th and 18th, Select Board, December 2nd and 16th, Select Board. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion from Jean,
Second?
second from Peter. Roll call vote. Jean,
Yes.
Peter, Melissa,
Yes.
yes. 3-0. Gone. Okay, thank you.